Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Aries for the month of February, what you guys can expect to be feeling, potentially manifest or go through. So everything you're looking at right here on the chart is basically what you're going to be feeling walking into the month of February. Isn't this so cool? We're upgrading slowly. So anyway, let's get to it. February 1st, Venus in Pisces in your 12th house will be conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Okay, so when Venus and Neptune are talking to each other in a positive way, you guys probably were daydreaming, 1000%. Daydreaming or fantasizing, like foreseeing yourself maybe buying the things that you want in order to feel better, or just buying the things you want to buy. The reason I'm talking about buying is because Venus is talking about love or shopping, your money and where it's going, and it's in the 12th house. So if you guys know anything about the 12th house, we're talking about money basically going bye-bye, you know, like it's gone. But what is it being invested into? It could be invested into something that I feel like would be connecting to something, if not daydreaming or fantasizing about, then maybe you're spending money on dates, love. You're investing money when it comes to maybe reading, psychic work, things of that nature. I would also say that you are maybe investing money into things to make your dreams come true. Another thing I feel like you guys would have experienced around this time during this transit is thinking of past relationships, and these past relationships would be connected through past lives that you've shared with this person. What else? Definitely with 12th house things, I would say people spying on you or you spying on people. Another one I feel like you guys would have experienced is just having difficulty focusing. It's because it's like you have too many things that are on your mind, such as love, or what's going on when it comes to love, or how can you increase your money? How can you get more money? So yeah, is that where I want to leave that? Let me think really quick. People from the past randomly coming back, I would say that too, because Venus rules Taurus and it rules Libra. So because of this, I'm just looking down at the chart, sorry, because doing this is weird to me. Uranus being in Taurus, your second house, the things you value, the money you have, and the things you own, I feel like there could be randomly a shakeup out of nowhere, and it would have been either for good or for bad when it comes to the topics of money or love. I'm gonna say that if it's feeling pretty good, it may not end too good. The reason I'm saying this is because Lilith is still in Libra in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships. So it's either like something about these people that you're connecting with or dating or are in a relationship with makes you angry, because Lilith has that potential to bring out that anger in you. And the anger would be about relationships, and are they fair? Are you getting what it is you put into this? Or is this person contributing back in a fair way? If not, then you're going to experience the negative side to this, that maybe you're fantasizing, daydreaming about someone you're talking to or dating or are in love with, and it's like the fantasy is a fantasy, it's not actually reality. Or is it? It really just depends. Honestly, it could go either way. You have to be very careful with that one, because Pisces talks about escapism, it talks about dreams, talks about tapping into something that really isn't earthly. Meaning, like, yeah, you could be tapping into somebody's potential, but like you should never like invest into that, because if they're not already being their best self, then it's like the only way they can be their best self is if they genuinely want to be that, and not by you like pushing that on them. So yeah, I think also you guys may experience dreams talking to you. So people on the other side, your ancestors, spirit guides, things of that nature, like getting messages on the other side. And yeah, we'll leave it there. So February 3rd, Mercury in Aquarius in your 11th house will be trining Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 3rd house. So we have the 11th house and we have the 3rd house talking to each other, and we have them talking to each other in a nice way. What does this mean? It means you could be learning something like much easier on this day, like on the internet or through your friends, through social networking, through traveling. And it's like maybe these things would normally be hard for you to grasp or understand, but with that trine, it's like the trine is talking about a blessing. It's something either positive happening, or it's something that comes so naturally to you, you don't even notice it. That could have been how it manifested on this day too, where it's like you easily understood something to the point where you didn't even give it a second thought. Or this could be literally a conversation that just like is given to you. So this could be like literally a friend reaching out to you, trying to get together, or trying to maybe pick your mind to see what's going on with you in your life. So it's like, therefore they're learning about their friends and what's going on. What else did I channel for you guys? Learning new things about your friends, maybe on the internet. That's another one. Or maybe learning about, I would say finances, like where your friends are at financially, or learning about money that you guys are going to be investing into something particular. Like if you guys are going to be traveling with a friend, I feel like that happened to me on that day actually, or around that day, where a friend of mine, an Aquarius, funny enough, reached out and then asked me if I wanted to go to this place, you know, and this place is going to be, it would be considered 12th house energy. And the reason I'm going to 12th house energy is because we're talking about something that is at a distance, something that's far away. And I just feel very strongly, because Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, that Jupiter may manifest in certain similar areas, meaning traveling far distance, right? But these places may not be like in the same state. They could be a different country. So that's why I'm like picking up on 12th house energy. Mercury in Aquarius, so it's like the conversation would go naturally, it would flow, there would be no, I don't know, arguments, things of that nature. What else? They may be giving you ideas about things, or vice versa. And I think being in touch with your higher self or your genius, you know, like being able to think of things on a higher level. So if Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus talks about your genius, right? Or it talks about your intuition, I would say that it was probably much easier around this time frame to, I would say, be in touch with an idea of yours that makes sense, that can actually manifest. Is there anything else I want to say about this one? But I would say whatever this was about, because Jupiter was in retrograde during this time, the topic or conversation on like that you guys are talking about, or the idea, I should say, on your mind, would have to do about like future energy, something happening, but not now. So yeah. Do I want to say anything else? Mercury rules Gemini and it rules Virgo, 6th house. Could have been conversations about work as well. So let's see, understanding hard to grasp things much easier, being in touch with your higher self, I already said that. Talking about traveling or revisiting old ideas about traveling. Having one-on-one conversations that you feel are coming. Friends reaching out to talk. Writing a lot, having new ideas, or just writing down your ideas. Seeking freedom, thinking of freedom. So for everyone at work on this day, you will not want to be working, more so on this day. The reason I was channeling freedom is because if you guys know anything about Aquarius energy and Sagittarius energy, these both are very freedom-oriented energies. So if Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and Jupiter is involved in this transit, and then we have Mercury in Aquarius, nonetheless, it's just like, can't tell me what to do, you know, and if you do, I'll run. So yeah, I feel like you guys may have experienced something like that. Also, I want to say a lot of thoughts too many that it may make you guys anxious or uncomfortable, or almost feel like you actually can't make a move, because again, this would have been when Jupiter was in retrograde. And then learning new things, I already said, and talking to a lot of friends or clients. Okay, so let's see. I think also, sorry, looking back at these transits again, when Venus is conjunct Neptune and Pisces in your 12th house, I feel like for some of you guys, you would be actually communicating with people on the internet that are from past life relationships or connections, or you're spying on these people. And the reason I'm saying that is, and definitely double check these dates on your end, just to clarify, but I see that this was happening in 27 degrees. 27 degrees talks about communication. It talks about learning something. It talks about observation. It gives me friend vibes, but also basically talking to people. So since Uranus is in Taurus, this can speak of the internet, right? So I feel like since we're talking about Venus, Venus is the ruler of Taurus, I think something suddenly could have happened. You guys could have met somebody suddenly, or you guys could have reconnected with somebody suddenly from the past, because Pisces can talk about the past and the future. So that's something to think about as well. And then I feel like we're kind of seeing that being completely possible for some of you, because then the transit, the following 2 days later, is Mercury in Aquarius. So Mercury is talking about your thoughts, communication. So it's like this would be happening on the internet or with your friends, or you would be maybe talking to people like your clients, wherever you make money. And this would just be coming in easier for you guys. So trining Jupiter and Gemini, again, it's like you're either learning about the people that you're talking to currently, or you're observing them and you're keeping it within. You're not really doing anything about it, because at this point, Jupiter was in retrograde. Okay, so let's move on. February 4th, Jupiter went direct in Gemini at 11 degrees. So Jupiter going direct in your 3rd house, it tells me that you guys would be maybe not thinking before talking. And I think this is usually our energy, right? For Aries. But when Jupiter went retrograde, I think there was more of a period of going within. Really thinking before speaking, because if you think about Jupiter energy in general, wherever it is, it's usually, I want to say this carefully, like calm, cool, collected, but like when people are observing, you know, but that doesn't mean that they're always calm, cool, collected. That would be weird, right? That's not really human. So what I'm trying to say is when Jupiter went direct on February 4th, I think you guys would have been more vocal about your thoughts. I think you would have been more maybe open to learning new things. The reason I'm saying all this is because 11 degrees speaks of Aquarius energy. So I think a lot of you would have been talking to your friends, especially if you've been like being a loner. You may want to be more social during this time, or you may be really trying to, I guess, observe the people that are talking to you on the internet, something like this. Also, people could be going to you for advice, for information, to learn things at this time as well. Again, I think more thoughts about traveling would also be happening around this time frame. And I don't mean that you guys would necessarily purchase like tickets to go travel somewhere. Maybe some of you, but more so I think this is just conversations or thoughts. So what I channeled was getting together with friends or talking to friends, faith being restored in friendships, having conversations with people you know who need to speak to you. Self-expression will come easily. There also will be duality there. So because it's in Gemini, this is an energy that speaks of duality. No, I'm not just saying like, okay, it means you're fake. Like it may come off that way because it's almost similar to Libra energy. Like, what do you actually believe in? Because if you're so open-minded, then do you really have a mind of your own? But really, this is just how Gemini energy learns. It likes to learn both sides to things. So I feel like you guys may feel two things at the same time. And I think it's possible. A lot of people who are either black or white and don't really understand the gray area, this is really where they don't understand duality and how it doesn't always necessarily mean they're fake. So yeah, what else? That day, Venus will be leaving your 12th house in Pisces. So you see I updated it there. So Venus will be entering your first house. So this will automatically make you magnetic. It will make you... I want to say a sex magnet, because Venus is in the first house. This speaks of you and your body. It's not to say that people wouldn't genuinely be interested in you and your soul and your personality. It's just, I feel like if you guys are out there dating, you're going to see more people interested in you than not. But, you know, that's us, you know, like, where's the difference? I don't know. So anyway, but because it's in your first house, I would say... I don't know if it's necessarily opposing Lilith, but I would say that because it's in the opposite house, literally, and Lilith, if it's talking about anger around relationships, you may act some kind of way. Because when Venus is in Aries, this is talking about being... I guess selfish, like that's the word we all use, right? So selfish, but like not in a bad way. It would just be more about like what works for you in relationships, because it's like you were seeing with the South Node in Libra in your 7th house, when that was transiting, it's like the old ways won't work for you anymore. Like you're not having it. And now Lilith is kind of like stamping that approval, like, she's like, bitch, no. So I feel like there would be anger still around relationships, connections, or business partnerships, or anything really where it's like you have to do something serious with these people. So like, for example, if you have a friend and you guys have to invest money into something, it's like, okay, well, you better pay on the day that you said you would, or pay the amount that you're supposed to, and not start asking for like payment plans when that wasn't originally part of the conversation, because that may start some shit. Why? Again, because Venus rules Taurus and Libra. This is happening in your 2nd house and your 7th house. So with Uranus being in your 2nd house, I would say that there could be all of a sudden a shakeup, either for good or bad, when it comes to your money or the things you value, like the things you believe in that like people should be doing or should not be. Almost like a little similar to like your morals, but it's just a little different. What else? I would say, where is Mars in the 4th house? So Mars is the original ruler of you guys, Aries. And if Venus is in Aries, I'm gonna say you are going to want to not only invest money into yourself, your physical body, things that would feel or be healing to you, but also maybe in property or family, or maybe trying to express love to family members where it's like things are not going well. And the reason I would say that is because Mars is in retrograde. So it's like there's a redo when it comes to your mother or female friends or family or men that have big female energy. So I think also you would definitely be experiencing a high sex drive, conversations with people that you want to have sex with or vice versa. No, like I said before, you're going to be seen whether you want to or not, but at the same time, you're going to feel blocked. The reason for this again is because Mars, the ruler of Aries, will be in retrograde, and it's in Cancer nonetheless. So it's like it's diluted here. Mars is all about action, fire, willpower, go, go, go. And when it's in the water, like think about someone trying to swim and then they're just like, I can't do it. Like that's what you're going to be experiencing. So I think you're going to have that mentality of wanting to make something happen. But can you, it's going to take a lot of strength. I don't know if per se these two are squaring, but if they are, just because the 1st house and the 4th house would square, I'm thinking there would just be tension and actually taking action with the things you know you want to do or feel like you have to do. Another thing is return of the ex. Why? Because again, Mars is in retrograde. Retrograde is a redo or things from the past. And if Mars is talking about the guys you guys date or sleep with, well then. Okay, what else do we have here? So, you guys will have a lot of confidence. You guys will also be hot-headed. That's another one. Okay, so continuing where we left off, I think you guys will be feeling magnetic, sexy, seen, confident, hot-headed. You guys will also more than likely be buying impulsively, but maybe there may be a little bit drawback because of Mars being in retrograde. So you may actually take the time to think about this, but ultimately you may spend that money. And then when Jupiter goes direct in your third house in Gemini, a lot of thoughts. And if you guys are not used to this, like, you're going to feel it. A lot of thoughts, a lot of expression that needs to get out there physically. Also being confident and lots of research. So basically, oh, what happened? No. Okay, so I don't know what I did. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, so it's almost like Aries energy in general. It's like we would do better with society and the world when if we were to exercise like on a daily, so we get all that extra energy out, and then people can, I guess, deal with us better. I don't know. It's really a them problem, to be honest with you. But anyway, so my point to bringing that up is you guys will feel that way when it comes to Jupiter, which is also another fire planet, going into your third house. It's like you need to get all those thoughts out. So it's like talk it out, write it out, speak it out, things of that nature. What else? So Venus being in Aries, I feel like you guys would also have a lot of emotions and feelings when it comes to men, money, and yes, the mother. Why? Because Mars, the ruler of Aries, is in Cancer and it's in retrograde. This is not, guys, hear me loud and clear. This Venus in Aries is not your typical Venus in Aries. This is some bullshit, okay? It is basically, a fish that wants to swim in the water but is having great difficulty because it feels polluted. Okay, like that's the best way I can put this for you, because it's like in Cancer and in retrograde, it's like, I don't know about you guys, but having the actual momentum and the energy, the physical vitality to do these things, I think it'll happen randomly in spurts for you guys. Why? Because the sun, our vitality, is in Aquarius. So it's like Aquarius is literally, you know, like random ups and downs. Do you guys see what I'm doing? Like I'm moving a lot, talking a lot more because of the transits I just went over with you guys. So anyway, so for example, how this could manifest, since Venus talks about money and making money, right? Feeling like you want to make money, but you may not have the energy to make things actually happen due to that Mars in Cancer and retrograde. So for example, for some of you that want to get a second job, to make money, it's like this may be more difficult for you guys during this time. You may just be either have lazy energy or just like you don't want to leave home, you don't want to get out of bed, but you do, but you don't, again, have that energy. And I think this also, Venus being in Aries, like you guys are just gonna want to do what you want to do. And if people are getting super like sensitive or emotional about that, I don't think you're gonna care, to be honest with you. And I know that's typical Aries energy, I guess, but I think we do care, like, about people that we care about. But this is really going to be like, that's a you problem. It's not a me problem, more so. Okay. So February 7th, Sun in Aquarius in your 11th house will be quincunxing Mars in Cancer in retrograde. So I know that there's a lot of people who don't believe in minor aspects, or just they believe they're minor. I just see these things unfold all the time. I mean, it's an energy nonetheless. If you're like me and you want to know what's going to happen, then I would listen to the minor aspects, because you're going to feel it. It's like if you guys have minor aspects in your natal chart, are you saying that those aren't manifesting? Like, they are. And they're usually not minor. They're usually a big problem, or they feel like a big problem. I should reiterate that. So I'm going to talk about it in this one. Sun in Aquarius in your 11th house will be quincunx Mars in Cancer in retrograde in your 4th house. So basically, I want to say you're probably going to have difficulty expressing yourself or taking action. You may even feel sick on that day. I mean, we're already past it, so you guys tell me, did that happen? Did that manifest? If you guys weren't sick, then I feel like there would just be maybe mental conflict with like your emotions, your feelings, and this makes you feel physically ill. Like it makes you feel like you don't have energy to do anything because you're all in your head. Because it's like there's water up there, and because Mercury's in Aquarius, you're getting random like jolts of, nope, get up and do this, bitch, or wait, I have a good idea, let's do this, or let's hang out with friends, whatever. But your energy level, I just would think it's down, but it depends what's going on in your personal natal chart. So for example, if you guys have Mars in your 1st house, maybe you guys are doing a-okay. I don't know. This energy also speaks of having faith in reconciling, but feeling torn about opening the door. So again, it's more about like taking the actual initiative or the action that you feel like needs to happen. You may talk yourself out of it, or you may just not feel up to it, or you may not feel that way on that day. Let's see. So I said difficulty opening doors due to your emotions, feelings at play. Again, I think this can also talk about like actually working, doing something you know you need to do. I think this will also manifest with wanting to have conversations with people to fix past pain. Again, why? Mars in Cancer in retrograde. Cancer energy does not forget. So that same day, February 7th, we have Venus in Aries sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. I wrote on my TikTok that it was, or I think everywhere actually, it was Venus and Pisces. That was a mistake, but everything I channeled was Venus in Aries. So Venus in Aries will be sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. So February 7th, we have Venus in Aries in your 1st house. It is talking to Pluto in Aquarius in your 11th house in a good, positive way. However, it's talking about an energy you'll be feeling. It doesn't mean you'll actually do that. So a sextile can be looked at as a blessing, because it's like if you do that, whatever that is, you're more than likely going to get the results you want. But the sextile requires action on your part. Otherwise, it's just like untapped potential. So sextiles basically talk about the potential being here. So for example, for me natally, I have Venus sextile Mars. It's like if I want to get along with men on this day, I can. It really depends. So yeah, but there it is. It's like this is written in the stars for me, you know, like I get along with guys, but it's like, if I don't like what I've seen, not today, you know? So, and that's just one way, obviously, of looking at that, right? So Venus talking to Pluto in a positive way tells me that something transformational can happen when it comes to love. But since it's happening in your 1st house, for some of you, this may have been talking about literal, like, transforming. You may have done something with your body on this day. You may be thinking about it in order to feel better about yourself. I think also this would be talking about literally transforming something about your emotions or your feelings in order to heal, in order to feel better in your life. I think it would have definitely entered your mind on this day. Now, did you actually take action to, let's say, go to therapy, meditate, exercise to let out, you know, let's say the anger, you know, that would have been the sextile, where it's like, if you had done those things, you probably would have felt better. You probably would have been like on your way to doing better about whatever situation that is. And I think for some of you, this could have been talking about money and feeling powerful. So it's like if you actually went to work and put in like your full energy, if you have that type of job where it's not like the pay isn't consistent. So I guess if you're a salesperson, it's like you could have made a lot of money on this day. Also for some of you, you could have had sex. Okay, so people wanting in on your energy, you being able to see through people, and because of this, with willpower and restraint, may hold yourself back. So for example, Venus sextile Pluto, you guys could have realized like something needs to change. So for those of you that were in a relationship, a situationship, it's like this person's just using me for my body. It's like you would have been more, it would have been a positive thing to like stand up to that person on this day. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like by having the restraint, it would have made you feel like you have your power back. It would have made you feel better about the situation. Like, this person doesn't control me anymore. And it's like, you're right, Jill. He does not. You tell him no. You know, whatever that looks like. I don't know. Okay, and then the whole you being able to see through people, and because of this with willpower and restraint may hold yourself back. So people don't give Aries energy enough like intuitive, like nobody talks about how intuitive Aries energy is. It's always about the god of war, you know, like we're looking for a fight, you know, like, okay, whatever. Like I can't even be bothered. But Aries energy is very intuitive, and so is Pluto. So even though Pluto is in Aquarius, it's like even heightened in a different kind of way. It may not be being able to tap into people's dark side much easier like Pluto and Scorpio would be. But Pluto and Aquarius, it's like you're going to, oh, why? Why is that? Sorry. So, only me. That's the Aries in me. So with Pluto and Aquarius, I feel like you guys would be able to tap into your intuition about the collective, understanding people psychologically more so during this time frame. And it's like, so if you see people, a situationship where it's like they're only contacting you when they're not getting any, it's like you would see that intuitively and be like, no more, no mas. So yeah. But you'll still have high sex drive. You'll be turned off though, that's for sure. Having the strength to turn the tables around onto other people who cause problems, friendships, and romance. Why? Because Aries energy and Scorpio energy is very psychological. Like, so because Venus is in Aries, it's like you may be unconsciously causing like, because it's like you're stepping into your power and doing things. It's like people who are used to taking your power are just like, huh? So it's like starting something transformative for these people as well. Something like that could be happening. Also, this energy would have spoke about healing past pain and closing the door in the past. We already said that. Advice, people will be observing you and the things you say and do. Why? Because it's Pluto energy. That's why it's observing you behind closed doors. Observing you on the internet is what I want to say. So think before you make up your mind. Like, don't be trying to do cryptic messages. Don't be trying to hit up people you know you shouldn't be hitting up. It's like, that won't be very good. Balance out your energy and focus on yourself. Ignore the outside noise, okay? That same day, Mercury in Aquarius in your 11th house will be quincunx Mars in Cancer in retrograde in your 4th house. So Mercury, just want to make sure I didn't say that. No, I didn't. Okay, so Mercury and Mars are talking to each other in not the best way. And this has to do again with your feelings, your emotions, your privacy. And then you're probably revisiting a topic that doesn't feel too good. So I think people may try to conversate with you to see what this is about. They may feel the conflict. They may feel what it is you're going through, maybe because of what you express on the internet. So people would feel like they could see through your words and vice versa. Heal your heart to free yourself from people and situations where you don't feel free. Again, Aquarius energy is all about being freedom oriented. Do not tell these people what to do because you're wasting your time. Do the work to be at peace with yourself. Focus on the things that make you feel emotionally fulfilled. Yeah, this is not peeper. Slow down. This is not people pleaser energy, not at all. Mars and Cancer energy is crybaby energy. I'm sorry if you guys have this natally, but it is, and it's all about you and how you're feeling. But while it's in retrograde, it's like you're trying to be more because you're dealing with something you already dealt with, and it's like it was unresolved. You're trying to resolve things, or you're trying to figure out a solution. The advice here is to just really not care so much what others have to say. With Mercury being in Aquarius, your friends or people who observe you on the internet may really want to, you know, they may feel like they understand what it is you're going through, and then they may want to, if not control you, I want to say help you, and it's just going to make it more difficult. So just try to ignore the outside noise, because it's not worth it. People having difficulty talking to you, they may hold themselves back. Men observing you on social media and how you express yourself, and waiting on a specific time to approach you. So yeah, a quincunx talks about like difficulty. It's not like you can, the way I want to describe this energy, it's how I described, like, I'm pretty positive this was the aspect, how I see spirits sometimes, or most people actually, when they see something move in the corner of their eye, it's like they saw something, but they weren't quick enough. And even if they were, it's like you wouldn't have seen it, because that's just the way it goes. So my point to saying that is that gives me the quincunx energy, where it's like, if Mercury talks about conversations, communicating, and your thoughts, and it's talking to Mars, which can talk about striving for something, feeling ambitious about something, feeling confident, taking action, going for something. It's like the other side to this would be arguments, fights, the god of war. It's like that would be coming through here when it comes to conversations, because the aspect is quincunx. It's not conjunct. They're not vibing. They're not trining. It's not like something that's easy flowing. It's like there's difficulty because you're partially seeing something, but you're not seeing the bigger picture. So even though people can feel like they see through your words, they're seeing through something, but they're not getting the whole thing of it, which is also why they would have difficulty approaching you, because they actually don't know what the fuck is going on. Do the work to be at peace with yourself, right? Because you may experience mental conflict on this day or around this time frame. Let's see what else came through for you guys. With the Sun, quincunx, Mars, know what you need to do, but not having the motivation or physical vitality to do anything. You may feel very lazy. Your body may not feel physically up to things. And then for the other transit, Venus in Aries, sextile Pluto in Aquarius, you guys may feel like you want, like you could have healed your physical body on this day through randomly working out. You could have pushed yourself to come into your power. Again, hard to do with Mars in retrograde in Cancer, because it all depends on how that transit is hitting you and your personal planets. So you may feel really sluggish. And then Mars, quincunx, Mercury, that would have been you want to say things but have difficulty, or you want to do things like work, make money, with Uranus being in Taurus. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, but you'd have difficulty with Mars in retrograde in Cancer. All right, moving on. February 9th, Sun in Aquarius in your 11th house. This will be conjunct Mercury in Aquarius in your 11th house. And this would have been happening in 20 degrees. 20 degrees is a Scorpio degree. This is very psychological, or it can be nosy. It could be, or it could be about money. It could be about manipulation. It's just, think of like the evolved energy of Scorpio and the unevolved. It's like you would have been experiencing this either on the internet or conversations with friends or social networking, things of that nature. So for example, this could have manifested where you were having conversations with people who owed you money, or you owed them money. This could have been conversations about getting together, being social, meeting up soon, something of that nature. So what I had picked up on was socializing energy, meeting new people, going out with friends, good vibes, but can also manifest for some of you out there, loner vibes, because think about Aquariuses. It's like 1 minute they're there, the next they're gone, you know? So yeah, being able to see or understand easily on this day the things that are usually more difficult to see or understand. So yes, when the sun, if the sun is talking about like your higher consciousness, if it's talking about being able to see things more clearly, if the sun is talking about intellect, your higher self, and if it's talking to Mercury, your thoughts and communication in a positive way, then I would say that this would have manifested where you guys were able to feel more confident on this day. I think you guys would have been seen for something on this day. Again, Mercury, I think of the internet. I also think of traveling as well. So since they're both in Aquarius energy, I'm going to say it was either literally the internet or you guys socializing, or, you know, being social on the internet, something like that, and learning something new. You may have felt like you understood the collective or people in general better on that day. This also gives me working hard type of energy, because it's like 20 degrees, again, could be money, and it's like your thoughts could be on money that day. So it's like you're motivated to work harder. People will be wanting in on your energy. They will want to understand you and your thoughts. People will be intrigued by you based off what you know. So yes, again, 20 degrees, Scorpio energy, you know, people will, something like that. Mars in Cancer in the 4th house in retrograde will be trining Saturn in Pisces in your 12th house this day. This tells me that you guys will be able to actually take action. Literally, like anything that's been feeling very difficult for you guys to do, like I've already discussed, your vitality being low, blah, blah, blah. It's like on this day, you'd be like, I can do it. I think you would be more practical and stable, logical on this day as well. Like your thoughts and your mindset, it wouldn't be all over the place. It wouldn't be scattered. You wouldn't be deeply emotional despite Mars and Cancer being involved here. And the reason for this is Saturn, Big Daddy energy. Saturn's like, we are not doing this today. You know, Saturn wants you to be practical. Saturn wants you to do the work that it knows you need to do in order to be successful. Now, this could be talking about your feelings, like literally like, child, this isn't working for you anymore. Get your ass up. Like you could be feeling that on this day where it's like, I need to go outside for a run, you know? Or this could be literally taking action when it comes to property, real estate, some type of investment you have. Could be older property because Saturn's involved. It just basically, this energy, because it's a trine, it would be a blessing in the sense that it would come very easy to you on this day. Now, trines can also be a problem because it's like it comes so natural and easy to you. There may be a little bit of laziness with what it is you actually do. So I see you guys, excuse you, sorry. I see you guys actually doing the work, but because it's a trine, I don't see you guys going above and beyond. That's all I want to say. You guys would be more cautious with your mouth, so you would be speaking more slowly, or you guys would be just watching yourselves, really, like making sure you don't say too much or too little, not allowing, again, your feelings, your water energy, your Cancer, Pisces, to take a hold of you. Since Pisces is talking about the 12th house, it's like Saturn is trying to get things out of there, trying to get you guys to do something that may be just mental right now. And it's like, do this in order to get this, you know, that's what I think would be happening. So you guys would be thinking before you act, before you take action. You would not be like Speedy Gonzalez and da 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 da. Like Saturn will not have that. Saturn will tell you to sit down. Stability, grounded energy for the most part. I don't see you guys acting or reacting on impulse. And I see you guys thinking of what actions you need to take in order to achieve your long-term goals. Okay, is there anything else I want to say to that? I think also this would be connecting to Pallas Athena, which is talking about a strategy. So if Pallas Athena, as you guys can see in your 10th house, well, my hand doesn't reach all the way up, at least not yet. Pallas Athena is talking about a strategy when it comes to either your legacy or your career, something you're trying to build or something you want to be known for. So I feel like this would connect back to whatever it is you're taking action on this day, or you are creating some type of plan. You're doing something when it comes to this. And I feel like it would connect back to your 10th house in Capricorn. Yeah. Okay, February 10th, Mercury in Aquarius in your 11th house will be squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 2nd house. I don't like this energy. The reason for this is it just screams like, I need to be alone, or like, don't tell me what to do, otherwise I will cause a fucking ruckus. It's very similar to like Venus squaring Uranus, where it's like you're shaking a champagne bottle and then it just like, you know, pops. So there may be arguments, there may be miscommunication on this day. Why? Because a square is involved. A square is a karmic lesson. It's Saturn, pretty much. It's cock blocking you. You feel stopped because literally it's either you physically don't have the energy, or something outside of you is like controlling the situation. It's like you trying to get somewhere on time and you get pulled over. It's like, ooh, I swear if I just jinx myself, I'll be so pissed. Anyway. Oh, no! Moving on. So, feeling blocked from achieving something you want, but at the same time, not willing to give up. Okay? Feeling blocked from talking to the people you want to. This is another one. Distracted thoughts, for sure. Because if Uranus rules Aquarius, and literally your thoughts, communication will be in Aquarius, it's like something suddenly can happen for the good or the bad, but it's almost as if like it would be a disruption nonetheless. It would be something unexpected. It would be a shock. Excuse me. I'm going to say it's more than likely a negative shock because it's a square. I don't see this being positive. But I don't see this necessarily manifesting physically. It could literally be something like you feel like you can't speak up. You feel like you can't fight back, or you can't stand up for yourself or communicate to friends. It could be because maybe you're feeling down on this day, or you feel like your spirit guides aren't with you. You can't connect to your higher self, higher consciousness, intuition, whatever it is, you're just going to feel that block. And this would be connected to those distracted thoughts. You may be thinking like, why can't I figure it out? Why can't I figure it out? So yeah, having difficulty understanding things and feeling blocked from spirit. So what's the advice here? Go slow on this day because time is required. And when people are mean, rise above it. So if this does end up manifesting in your world, like not internally, but externally, I would try my hardest, knock on wood, to either ignore it or just like understand on a higher level that like people are dicks, you know, not everyone is going to be nice, but also more so it's like everybody's going through something. And so if somebody's mean to you, especially that you don't even know, it's like you really don't know what they're going through, and they're not even thinking about you. They're in their own world. And this is why this is like, technically it's like you can't take anything personal. That would be Aquarius energy, being in touch with the higher mind, since Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. It's like understanding humanity at a higher level, is knowing that if people are being rude for no good reason, it's like they're either miserable or they're not in the moment. They're like, their mind is elsewhere, and then they're coming off being rude or, you know, whatever. So if you can ignore it, try to. Don't pop off. Don't pop. February 11th, Sun in Aquarius in your 11th house will be squaring Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so this screams maybe wanting to spend money when you shouldn't on shiny new things. So again, if the sun is talking about your higher self or a higher consciousness or intelligence, you guys would have difficulty taking the advice needed on this day. And it probably connects to either your finances or maybe the things you guys value, or the things you guys own. I think you would just have difficulty with doing whatever it is you want on this day. That's what I see. Having difficulty freeing yourself from something, having difficulty seeing the light in you and in your life, in situations and in people. So anytime I see the sun squaring something, it's either going to feel like depression, or it's either going to feel like you don't have enough energy to do something. Or for example, if Uranus is talking about the higher mind, it's like you may not be feeling super confident on that day. What the fuck? Okay. Let's see, randomly forgiving people, hearing from friends, people feeling like your walls are up so high that they can't reach you. Yeah, because you guys literally may be a loner on that day. You literally may not want to deal with people, friends, whatever. What else? February 12th, there's a full moon in Leo in 24 degrees. So the things, I wrote this in a stupid way, but the things you need to currently heal will be somewhat visible. Actually, let's update the chart. Okay, so with the full moon being in Leo in your 5th house in 24 degrees, I see this like, so I'm not one of those people that believes like for all full moons, things will be illuminated. You're going to let things go. Like, I don't know about you guys, and I do believe that we all have a different journey, a different path. So full moons may really come through for you guys. For me, it's hit or miss. So therefore, I don't believe everything will always be illuminated, seen. Like, you'll know what to let go of. I do think weird things happen on the full moon, though, for sure. And I think hospitals, the emergency rooms would agree with that. They would back that up. So the things you need to currently heal will be somewhat visible. These things are not seen or spoken about. You will be able to partially see this. So I wish I didn't phrase that like that. But what I meant is that with this full moon, things may not be literally visible for you, but you're feeling it in your heart chakra. Like you're feeling something that should be worked on. And I feel like these would be 5th house topics when it comes to self-expression, when it comes to your confidence, when it comes to your inner child, when it comes to the topic of having children, when it comes to your creative endeavors, things of that nature, or dating, romance, 5th house, big things, right? And because the sun is the ruler of Leo, it's in your 11th house. So I feel like something like this, you may see something on the internet or maybe on your friend's social media accounts, something like this. A conversation may happen. And I feel like it would, for a lot of you, connect to either how you spend your money on things that, like you may not be mature when it comes to money. The reason I'm saying this is because if the sun is in Aquarius, right? The ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. It's in your 2nd house, your wallet, your money, the things you guys value. Something is being illuminated here when it connects to the 2nd house. Again, why? Because the sun is the ruler of Leo, of your 5th house, and it's currently in Aquarius energy, which is talking about the internet, or it's talking about your friends, social networking. Maybe you would be thinking like how others express themselves and how do you express yourself, especially when it comes to romance. Are you being too self-centered? Are you being too much about yourself, since Venus is in your 1st house? And the reason I even went there, why? Because Venus rules Taurus in your 2nd house and your 7th house. So there may be something about needing to, just something that may feel very apparent to you that you need to heal. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I want to say to that. Okay. You also will want to escape and not deal with what it is you need to heal. So you will rather see things the way you want to, the way that feels most comfortable to you. So the reason I believe I'm getting that escapism type of energy is because the full moon will be in 24 degrees, which is a Pisces degree. So I feel like what you guys actually may connect to is that 12th house in Pisces. We have the North Node there, we have Saturn there, and Neptune. So something connected to spirituality again, something you can't technically see, but you feel what it is that needs to either leave your life or work to be worked on. But you may not like what you see. So you may choose to ignore it, whatever this is. All right, so what did I pick up on regarding those transits? Like more messages. So when the sun is, actually, no, I'm sorry. So based off of February 9th, when the sun is conjunct Mercury and Mars in Cancer is trining Saturn in Pisces, and then Mercury in Aquarius is squaring Uranus, and the sun in Aquarius is squaring Uranus, and the full moon is in Leo, I feel like you guys will feel confident, intelligent, intuitive. Self-expression will come easily when it comes to the transit of the sun quincunxing. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Durga, come on. Are you kidding me right now? When it comes to the sun conjunct Mercury. Sorry about that, guys. So I'll say that again. When sun in Aquarius is conjunct Mercury in Aquarius in 20 degrees on February 9th, I feel like you guys will feel confident, intelligent, intuitive. Self-expression comes easily. Understanding the psychology of the collective or friends much easier during this transit. Okay. And then when Mars is trining Saturn, what will you guys be feeling on this day? Ability to be disciplined, ability to have self-control or willpower, ability to go after whatever it is you want to achieve. All right. So Mercury and the sun squaring Uranus, since both of those are happening around the same time. Having difficulty with self-expression, either verbally or having difficulty feeling confident. Because Mercury is in Aquarius and Taurus rules the throat chakra. And again, Uranus is in Taurus, the throat chakra. So yeah, what else? So the full moon, something illuminated when it comes to how you like to have fun. Something you need to let go of when it comes to how you have fun or entertain. Noticing or realizing how you don't have fun. Noticing or realizing how you spend your time. Focusing on how you express yourself through fashion or your body. Are you happy? And I'm thinking of the song Michelle Branch, Are You Happy Now? That's the theme of full moon in Leo for my sun, moon, rising Aries. I think it'll be for the collective, honestly, but more so because it's happening in your 5th house. You guys may be escaping for fun, seeing something about ourselves we normally don't see or have difficulty seeing. Okay. February 14th, Mercury enters Pisces. So your thoughts, your communication style, this will now be in your 12th house. So I think conversating about, I want to say conversating about maybe your dreams, or the things you guys want to do for work or where you guys want to traveling is what you may experience. Honestly, with Mercury being in the 12th house, I feel like this is going to manifest. It's going to be hard to talk. It's like if you've ever dealt with Mercury and Pisces energy, it's like they're tapping into something like outside of us, outside of this realm. So sometimes it's hard to follow what it is they're saying. People may think you have secrets. You may have secrets. You may be trying to heal. You may be going to places that are very healing. you may be, I'm just getting daydream vibes. You may be learning about other countries at this time. You may be learning on the internet or interacting with people on the internet from other countries as well. Definitely talks about that. You may be learning something from other people that are very different from yourself. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say to that. You may be, for those of you that do different lines of work, you may be doing something with people, like conversating with people that are from a different culture, different ethnicity. Like you may be doing business with these people, interacting with people, making money off of people as well, when it comes to people that do not live close to you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say to that one. No. All right, so let's get to the next transit. February 16th, Pallas Athena will be leaving Capricorn and will be entering, Pallas Athena, enters Aquarius. That's what I meant to say. So Pallas Athena, this talks about your strategy. Here, let's change that. So Pallas Athena will help you guys get to where it is you want to go. So for example, if you guys are trying to make your dreams come true, or you're having a lot more thoughts about whatever the dream, I don't know if I got cut off there, but if you're having a lot of thoughts when it comes to what it is you need to do in order to make the dream happen, Pallas Athena is going to help take you there. Meaning it's going to be through social networking. It's going to be through the internet. It's going to be through expressing yourself on the internet, or expressing yourself to new groups of people that you've never met before, people that would be different than you. It's like basically the advice from Spirit here is to talk to new people that can help you guys get to where you need to go, or to talk to the right people in order to make the dream come true. And for those of you that like are not trying to make any dream come true, you're not daydreaming, then I would say escapism. You guys are escaping. You're escaping your problems. You don't want to focus on the priorities. You don't want to do the work that needs to be done. What else do I think? With Pallas Athena, the strategy here would be to tap into that genius, that higher consciousness. And I think you guys are going to need it, because you may have some difficulty there. You may be in la la land during this time. So try to actually, since Mercury rules Virgo and it rules Gemini, I would say the advice here is to actually do the work that you need to do in order to get the results you want. Okay. What else did I want to say? February 18th, Sun enters Pisces. So the Sun is leaving your 11th house in Aquarius, and it's entering your 12th house in Pisces. So when the Sun enters your 12th house, you may have difficulty expressing yourself already because Mercury is in here. But you also may have difficulty with your confidence. You may not feel as happy, but at the same time, you're getting spiritual insight. You're getting guidance, whether it's in your dreams. Your dreams may be literally speaking to you. Your angels, spirit guides will be giving you divine lessons. But I also think you guys would just have, I want to say you're going to feel like a loner. I don't think you're going to want to do much with other people. But the strategy here, the dilemma is that in order to come into your power, with Pluto being in Aquarius in your 11th house, in order to make whatever you want to happen a reality, whatever this is, whether it's a big dream or a little goal, it's like you need to collaborate. You need to put yourself out there. So that's, it's not going to be easy, but you can do it. What else? Definitely creative type of energy for those of you that don't feel creative. I think you guys would have creative ideas at this time. I think you would be super intuitive. I think you would be definitely in touch What else did I want to say? February 19th, Juno is leaving Scorpio and is entering Sagittarius in your 9th house. So Juno in astrology, this is going to be talking about the energy that would work best for your soul at this time period when it comes to a soulmate energy. So that means Juno being in Sagittarius, this speaks of freedom-oriented energy. Free yourself here. So it's like this energy I'm telling you that you guys may experience regarding being a loner, being maybe not the happiest. It's like it's in your best interest to, and I know this is so straightforward, but actually be social, let your mind wander, I want to say, because Jupiter's in the 3rd house in Gemini. So it's like if you aren't going out, if you aren't being social, then it's like be social on the internet, do something where it requires learning or planning a traveling trip. What else do I want to say here? But more so, I think maybe learning about spirituality, a way that can best work for healing for you at this time in order to get more energy, because that's another thing too. When the sun enters your 12th house, that vitality is gonna, it's not gonna feel that great. You're not gonna have a lot. So I think you can almost fight this energy, I want to say, by putting yourself out there, by being social, kind of like forcing yourself to do something. But I would say definitely go within, do the introspection that like the universe is asking you to do at this time. But also don't close other people out. Don't be so fast to not hang out with friends, I want to say. Okay, so February 20th, Mercury in Pisces will be squaring Jupiter in Gemini. So again, what I just said, some of you are going to be having a hard time smiling, laughing. But just remember, it's not permanent. It is just a phase and it's going to end. So again, February 20th, we have Mercury in Pisces in your 12th house. It's squaring Jupiter in Gemini in your 3rd. So conversations will not come so easily. Being able to stay positive may not come so easily. Having a lot to say, but people may not understand you, or you may have difficulty expressing yourself. There may be arguments, you or someone else may talk shit on this day, or people may think you're talking shit, or the way you speak isn't nice and it creates friction. You also may experience, for some of you, a lot of confidence, and you may do something you normally wouldn't have the courage to do. So for that Jupiter, if it's talking about optimism, positivity, sense of humor, it's either going to feel blocked out from that energy, meaning like feeling down around this time, or it's going to go big. It's going to do the opposite. And so you guys may end up saying too much, or you guys may end up being super confident. You know, it's almost like La La Land, because that 12th house is involved, and this is literally Hollywood or La La Land. Okay, so let's continue. For some of you, I said that already. So you may, for some of you, experience like that funny type of energy, because Jupiter doesn't like to be blocked. So it may go really big here. So you either may experience this with other people or yourself. I see also difficulty with traveling on this day. So the advice here is to think before speaking. Try to be lazy or move slower on this day. Yes, because there will be too much mental stimulation and it will feel like a lot, and you may move too fast or say something without thinking and regret it. So yeah, what else? I think you guys may experience going overboard with words or thoughts, or overdoing it on the internet, or just doing too much research because Jupiter is in Gemini in the 3rd house. And it likes to learn. You guys also may feel depressed. But I already said that. Okay, February 23rd. So we have, hold on one second. Ceres is entering Pisces. Now, Ceres is that energy where you look to in order to heal, in order to, you know, try to feel better. So for those of you that are feeling down around this time, like I mentioned, you guys may want to, I want to say literally, invest money into yourself, Venus and Aries, and do something that may heal, like Reiki or a massage or literally a psychic reading. This could be very healing for some of you out there. Or I want to say an astrology reading, or learning about things like this. Anything maybe about spirits, the other side, angel numbers, all that spiritual stuff like that would be very healing for you guys during this time, because it's more than likely you're connecting with something, and you're either realizing it or you're not, but you're just feeling out of body experiences for sure. So yeah. What else? So February 23rd, later that day, Mercury in Pisces will be trining Mars in Cancer in retrograde. So this energy channeled talks about staying in your abundance, like staying in your own energy, not being reactive, walking away from people or situations where doors are closed. This is talking about your healing era. So again, even though Mars can talk about conflicts or the god of war, and it's talking to Mercury, which is your thoughts and communication, it's trining, meaning like it's getting along well. So it's like you could have arguments with people on this day, but it's more like conversations that end in agree to disagree. These things would be very, I want to say like they would just end well. I do not see you guys like going off on anyone. And then Mars goes direct that same day in Cancer in 17 degrees. So the path you should take will feel clearer, but you'll still be in your feelings about whatever choices you guys decide. So it's, you know, Mars is all about like going after the things it wants, but like because it's diluted in Cancer, it's like, how am I feeling today? I don't know. You know, so you guys may not be 100% sold on whatever it is you guys want to do, but you'll the choice that you want to make will be more clear versus when Mars was in retrograde. I want to say you're not going to be so wish-washy. You're going to know. So yeah, commit to doing the hard work that's needed to get what you want. Putting the work needed in order for you to not just say how you feel in the moment, but you'll want to. So I really think you guys will be watching your mouth. I think you'll want to say some out-of-pocket things, but I don't think you guys will. So the advice here is to try to laugh and stay positive, follow your passions, but expect men to feel passionately about you guys. But you may just be escapism to them. So be careful. So for example, if Mercury is trining Mars around this time, so this is your 12th and your 4th house speaking to you in a positive way. This is your inner world, your emotions, 4th house, privacy, and it's talking to your 12th house, which is like, you know, if you go to therapy sessions, if you're like, you're getting in touch with that unconscious part of your mind and bringing it to the forefront. You're becoming conscious about certain things. So this will include either arguments you're having with your mother, arguments you're having about property, females or men that act like females. So I feel like because it's talking to Mars, which is your willpower and strength in a positive way, it's like you would be able to hold yourself back and not give out your energy to people who just want in on your energy because you make them feel some kind of way. It's like, well, that's great. Like, and you know, so it's like you would like the way they always show it to me is like, I'm good, and then you like walk off. Like that would be your staying in your abundant energy. And it always gets guys, you know, like, huh? You know, like I see it all the time with my clients. So it's something you guys will have the willpower to do. So because we basically have a stellium, is it a stellium? Yeah, a stellium in the 12th house, which screams having difficulty with priorities, wanting to not focus on the things that need to get done, but would rather like not deal with them. I think you guys will be able to, I think there's a good chance, because the collective will be feeling this way, no matter where Pisces is in other people's charts. It's like, because we have so many things going on during Pisces season, we're all going to want to escape our problems. We're all going to want to have a little bit of fun, I want to say. So just be careful there, because like I said, you could be somebody's fun, you know, secretly, because it's the 12th house. So yeah. Let's see. So basically from those two transits, you're able to do what it is you want to do with willpower. Understanding conflict on this day is much easier, or understanding why people get annoyed or frustrated comes very easily to you. Okay. February 25th, Mercury in Pisces will be conjunct Saturn in Pisces in 20 degrees. So this one speaks of getting your stuff together, getting your act together, because 20 degrees is very psychological. It's Scorpio energy, it's detective energy. It could be about your money as well, and feeling like your power comes from you focusing on the things that need to get done, which makes sense, right? So I see you guys having a clear, grounded mind that is being led with purpose. You will want to do whatever you need to do to get what it is you want. For some of you, this is talking about having serious conversations with people to see how they really feel. Or you may do this with yourself, trying to understand your own mind. Honestly, you probably are going to experience this more so with your own mind, trying to understand your own psyche, because it's literally your 12th house. So if Mercury is here, your thoughts, your conversations, and it's, you know, getting along comfortably with Saturn, and Saturn talks about discipline and a reality check. It's like you escaping your own problems, or you trying to just like have fun and focus on goals, but not doing the actual work. Saturn will whoop your ass. Like Saturn will be like, I see here, you just want to play around. Not today. And so you may be very serious with yourself. You may have this conversation of like needing to cut the bullshit. So that'll either be experienced with yourself or with other people, where it's like, you're not dealing with this, you know, like this doesn't make any sense. No. So yeah. What are other messages that come through? Having a clear ground. Oh, I said that already. Not allowing. Yep. Willpower to get something done, and practical thoughts. That's what I was seeing. February 27th, Mercury in Pisces will be sextiling Uranus in Taurus. So February 27th, we have Mercury in Pisces. It's sextiling Uranus in Taurus in your second house. Thoughts about money, or traveling, like spending money to travel. Maybe traveling to spiritual places, but you're trying to focus, but getting distracted or pulled in different directions, because again, Pisces energy, it's here 1 minute, it's gone the next. So knowing something is coming back from your past. That's right. Pisces energy, it talks about the past and the future. And if Mercury's here and this talks about conversations, you guys may experience this. Okay. Knowing something is coming back from your past. So, and since Uranus talks about out of nowhere, something suddenly happening, this literally may happen out of nowhere. You may be shocked. This may happen on the internet. This may happen, I would just say secretly, because Mercury is in the 12th house. So secrets, hidden conversations, things of that nature. Yeah. Okay. Traveling, driving, investing money into yourself. That's another one that this could potentially be about. Seeing things logically and less emotionally. So even though it's Pisces energy, I think you guys again would be tapping into something, meaning your intuition or your dreams. You're getting answers from spirit. That's what I believe. So what else with Mercury sextiling Uranus? Sense of humor, laughing. That's interesting. Why did I get that? Where is that? I guess because Jupiter. because Mercury rules Gemini. That's the only reason I could think of that I would get that one, because that's weird. Standing out for being different. Because Mercury being in the 12th house, I think it would be more like just standing out, like because maybe you're secluding yourself or you think a different way because, again, you're connecting with spirit or you're seeing things a little differently. I also see this as spending money, which is funny because it's Mercury, it's not Venus, but I'm going to stick with what I channeled. Anything else? Healing your inner child. Totally could see that. Knowing something is kind of, yeah. Okay. Then that same day, we have a new moon in Pisces in 9 degrees. So you may be deciding between two things currently, but then something new comes into the picture. You may try to heal something in your life through taking things out. So because Pisces energy can be talking about like things leaving 1 minute, you know, like something's here 1 minute and it's gone the next. It's like this could be what you experience with that new moon in Pisces. You will want to break down walls or other people's walls. People doing the work to balance things out in your life. Hold on. Having to do the work to balance things out in your life. This may have to do with money. Trying to help people heal through your words. So I also channeled being in touch with friends, possibly, or your intuition or your higher self. Experiencing, like making travel plans or having ideas through conversations. Based with, I want to say, hold on, where did I get that? With your friends. And I'm getting that because of Uranus being in Taurus with the throat chakra. The second house, you guys would be conversating about the things you guys value. And I feel like Mercury and Pisces may be something more spiritual or a belief system, something of this nature. I think something new happening would be experienced when it comes to traveling or spirituality or a belief system. Said that. The dead speaking to you in your dreams. Something you cannot see is unfolding and you know it is. So again, it's like not something you can literally see, but you're feeling something happening for you. So whether that's you on your path to healing or you like breaking down your own walls, it's like you would be connected with this. Committing to what you believe is happening based on synchronicity signs. So again, it's like you would be experiencing spiritual awakening themes. You would be feeling like something is talking to you. Something is trying to connect with you, and you guys would be right, especially because you guys have Pisces in that 12th house. All right, so I'm going to end the reading here by talking really quickly about everything you may experience or feel based off what I'm seeing in the chart. So Chiron being in Aries in the first house, I think you guys may literally be trying to heal yourselves. Actual physical wounds, like your body may not feel good. Like I think some of you probably have just not had the energy, feeling tired. And I think once Mars goes direct, this will be a relief for some of you. You'll see a change in your vitality for sure. Venus being in Aries, I think you guys would be investing money into yourselves, shopping impulsively, or just spending money on whatever it is you want. And these things may connect to, if not property or the home, like buying things, let's say on Amazon for your home, then I would say it's like you would be acting impulsively in order to feel better. So it's like you're spending money based on your feelings. And it's like, you feel that, I forgot the term they use for it, but like all of a sudden you feel better for a moment because you went shopping. I think you'd experience that. Uranus and Taurus in your second house, it's direct, right? So I think there should be something more positive happening with money. I think you may see an increase, get money out of nowhere. With Venus being in Aries, honestly, just try not to shop too crazy. Like check how much money you have. Jupiter in the third house going direct in Gemini, you're going to have a lot to say. You're going to have a lot to say. especially because Mercury, which traditionally belongs in that third house, will be in the 11th house and then the 12th. So you may like say a lot and then all of a sudden go mute. You may experience something like that. You may like get it all out and then go within. Mars being in the 4th house, going direct. Woo! I think you guys will have more energy. I think you guys, like anyone you're arguing with, things won't be so heavy at this point. Full moon in Leo, things will be illuminated when it comes to self-expression, how you guys date, how you guys, whatever, like if you guys have like a creative thing you like to do on the side, a hobby, I think you guys, something about that would be illuminated. Something may be illuminated when it comes to how you stand out with your group of friends, because the sun, the ruler of Leo, is going to be in the 11th house when this happens. Sun in the 11th house is talking, is talking about friends energy. But Leo energy is talking about you. So you may have some conflict there or see something about yourself there. 6th house in Virgo, work. I think you guys may want more money, but it's like you may not actually do anything to get it. If you do, I feel like it would be maybe something on the internet, but even then I don't think it would be consistent. I just don't, because Mars was in retrograde and now it's direct and it's still in Cancer. So 7th house, Libra, Lilith is still there. I think you guys are hanging on to what it is you want out of relationships. I don't think you're willing to take a knee, honestly. Lilith talks about the anger when it comes to things not being fair or equal. So if you guys feel that you aren't getting what you want, then it's like you're not having it. And I think honestly, it's just as simple as that. I don't think there's anything more about it. I think you guys are too into yourself right now. 8th house, Scorpio, Juno will be there, but then it later on goes into Sagittarius. So you're going to be freeing yourself, literally. You're going to be freeing yourself from either the type of partner you want or what it is you're looking for, or like what makes your soul feel good. So you may have been feeling like you were into deep connections, deep conversations, things that are real, things that make you feel when Juno was in Scorpio. But now that Juno is in Sagittarius, it's not that Sagittarius is surface level energy. It's just like it's not so deep. And so I feel like you guys will be looking for that. I don't think you're going to want anything deep or serious. In fact, I think you're really going to be in la la land towards the end of February with that stellium in Pisces. And then it's like your mind before all of that went into Pisces was in Aquarius. So it was probably scattered and everywhere. It's why Aries energy gets along with Aquarius energy. It's like there's so many thoughts to like ricochet off one another. So yeah, Juno in Sagittarius, it's like it would work best for you guys at this time to learn something new or travel, wander, but definitely be about freedom-oriented things. Capricorn, Pallas Athena will be there, but then enters Aquarius. So your strategy will be about work, your career, your legacy, how you stand out. And then it's going to go into more of a humanity type of way. What is better for the people and not just you? All right. Pallas Athena, also the strategy here is to collaborate with people, or to be willing to learn from people that are different than you. That's also what I want to say. Investing money on the internet may actually help you guys with this. Yeah. Okay. So when Ceres is in, now let's start with the North Node. The North Node being in Pisces in your 12th house, this is calling for you guys to be more spiritual. It's telling you to have faith in something, to have a belief. Whatever that belief is, go with it. And you're going to be able to manifest much easier. Why? Because this is Pisces. When the North Node is in Pisces, this literally talks about like being able to do whatever you want. Because you know how Pisces is here one moment, it's gone the next. So it's like Pisces can be literally anything. What do you dream of? What do you think of? Focus on that. You can manifest it 100%. Neptune being here before it goes into Aries, I think this is just backing up what I'm saying. I think while Neptune is in Pisces, it's like it would help you see the dream. Wow. It would help you see the dream more clearly. But Saturn is like, well, what are you doing like to do it? Otherwise, it's just going to stay there. So are you doing anything with the dream that you have? And Mercury transiting into Pisces is telling you to do something here. Write it out. It's like Kurt Cobain energy. I don't know if his Mercury was in Pisces, but I'm pretty positive he was a Pisces. So it's like you just need to get that energy out so it helps you once, like, I would say the sun enters Aries. Because honestly, it's going to be hard expressing yourself because the 12th house is a hidden house. So if the sun is talking about you guys, who you are as a person, it's like you're not going to want to be social. Or if you are, then you're going to be wanting to like hang out with spiritual people on the internet. You're going to want to collab with spiritual, like-minded people, people who understand the other side to life, that aren't so like root chakra, you know, meaning they're not so, you're not going to want to talk to people who are so in the 3D, like people who are used to what they're used to, and thinking too open-minded is too open for them. Like, you're not going to want to talk to people like that. Those people are going to bore you. So I would say very much in like, and for people who aren't spiritual, it's like, I would say that they're going to experience Pisces in the 12th house this month as needing to believe in something bigger than themselves in order to feel alive, in order to feel better. That's what I think. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there with Mercury and the sun. You're going to be seeing things differently. You're going to be connecting to something bigger than yourself. And I think with Ceres, this talks about healing. So it's like, this would be very healing for your soul at this time, to kind of just like take a chill pill, lay back, relax. And I think that's really it. Is there anything else I want to say? I know everybody's so like Venus and Aries in March, Venus and Aries in March. And I know that's next month. So yeah, I definitely think a storyline will be playing out. But honestly, like nothing too crazy is happening for us in February. And it's probably better that way. The North Node was just in us. I'm just kidding. The North Node just left us. So this is like, there was a lot of energy, a lot of stamina to conquer, to win, to be motivated to do something we wanted to do. And now Pisces is like, okay, are you ready? Because it's like you should have been doing the work up until this point, right? I don't know. It depends what you guys are doing out there. But I feel like a lot of Aries would have been working towards something. And now this is like their time to shine or do whatever the fuck they want. So I think you guys may not be there fully yet, but you're gonna be. So yeah, nothing too exciting happening. I think enjoy this month, and yeah. All right, bye guys. I wish you so much luck this month.